Here's a beautiful poem.
Boom?
I just said poem. Poem.
I like poems. Let's hear this poem.
Shut your fucking mouth.
Poem or something.
Just go.
There once was a man from Nantucket whose dick was so long he could suck it. He said with a grin while wiping his chin, if my ear were a hole, I could fuck it. There, that's now the fourth fucking time I've said the goddamn poem.
You didn't
realize
You didn't even say it with any
third,
emphasis.
right?
What the
Yeah,
hell?
that's because it was the fourth goddamn time.
Man.
I don't give a shit anymore.
Quitter.
Fuck.
You're a quitter.
Yeah, I am. You know why? Because I spit.
You're not
That's why.
talking towards the mic, so
Yeah,
that
fuck
wasn't,
you.
that wasn't picked up at
I
all.
guess,
It's okay.
Your mama did raise a quitter.
Yeah, damn right. I don't give a
That's
fuck.
right. Welcome to the Designated Drinkers Podcast. My name is Carlo,
Darren.
Tom.
And Brandon.
and that's our special guest. Thank you for joining us today, Brandon. Today we're going to do things a little bit differently in the podcast world. We are going to rip somebody. we're going to rip somebody off.
Not it.
Not really. So we heard a segment from another podcast where they, as an icebreaker, motherfucking fuck my motherfucking life. I touched the cable. That's why.
Stop touching stuff. Fuck.
I'm just gonna unravel it real quick. I'm gonna pause this shit.
Unwrap.
Because he really is golden.
Right.
I mean,
Wow.
So we're gonna rip somebody off right now, like I said before, after the technical difficulties.
It's not really a ripoff. It's
It's
more
not.
of
It's not. We picked it up from a podcast, and we were going to give it a try. We're going to have a beginning of something, and then an end segment as well. So today, our beginning segment is called Drunk Questions. And what's going to happen is, Tom, you have your cell phone or somebody with a timer.
I wish I did.
And you don't have your cell phone
I
there,
do not
so
have my
you
cell phone,
don't.
Where do I have to go for my timer? I don't know.
The clock.
There you go. Right there.
You fucking grandfather.
congratulations.
All right. When? Tell
Give
me when to start.
Give me
it.
1 minute, Darian. I'm going to ask you questions.
All right, homie.
All right, so stay close to the mic.
Are you
and
ready?
You have 1 minute to answer these questions. All right.
All
Try
right,
to
go.
keep it quick. 'Cause I'm going to ask
You
you.
have to be honest.
Well, if you could, that'd be great.
Because the only criteria is to answer the question. You could say anything you want.
I
So,
guess, but don't be an asshole about it.
Just tell me when to start it.
All right, start it now.
Started.
What are your favorite songs
Oh,
from?
that was 1 second. Hold on.
1 second finished.
Fucking
as
white
as
people.
per usual for Tom.
Right.
Fucking white people.
Well,
Oh,
You're
hold
white.
on.
Not by choice.
You said 1 minute, right?
I feel like most people aren't raised
the
by
fuck
choice.
up.
And
You said 1 minute.
1 minute.
All right. I don't know. I never used this.
You know you
fucking
could have
thing.
done this 60
All right.
seconds.
1 minute. Go.
All right, Darian. What are your favorite songs from your teenage years that you still rock out to when nobody else is around?
Lincoln Park. All their, crawling, What I've Done, all good
Okay.
shit.
Who was your childhood actress crush?
Angelina Jolie.
What's your most embarrassing moment from your teen years?
When I played soccer for my brother's team, smacked my head into the goalpost.
30 seconds.
What's the craziest dare you ever took?
Never did crazy dares.
What's the grossest food you ever had to eat to be polite?
Squid or escargot.
What's the worst thing you ever did as a kid and got away with?
Forging my mom's handwriting.
What's the craziest fashion trend you ever rocked?
I rocked for years. Blonde hair dyed on top and brown hair.
Okay.
And,
What did you get into the most trouble for with your parents as a kid?
Time's up.
You go ahead and answer.
stealing candy from stores.
Okay.
You got caught?
Oh, that's awesome. All right.
Once.
So that was you had the Guy Fieri, huh?
I was gonna say
kind of,
this.
sort of, yeah.
Okay.
But I just had the whole blonde. But it was funny. One time, my mom dyed it, not professionally, and it came out orange.
It came out orange.
And one time, I dived into my cousin's pool, and then my hair started turning green.
Dude, in the swim team, we dyed our hair, and we all wanted to dye it blue, and mine turned out blue, and everybody else's turned out green.
Yep. Mom made me,
Do you remember
I
that, Brandon?
yeah, my mom made me dye my hair back.
Did she really?
Did
Why?
you remember? Because the next day I came into school and you were pissed because my hair was black again. You're like, what the fuck?
Really? She made it dye back? I don't
Yeah,
remember
because
that, man.
that was before Palmer let you dye your hair or anything. And my mom, as soon as I got back to the house, mom was like, what the hell did you do to your hair? And I was like, we dyed it for a swim team. And she was like, we're going to the store right now and we got black hair dye. My mom freaked out. But then it didn't matter after that because the next year, Palmer High didn't care about hair color.
Right.
Yeah.
Fucking assholes. All right, Brandon, are you ready? You don't have to say 30 seconds, just so you know.
Okay.
Ready
Yeah.
as I will be.
Just when it's time, just say time.
And
Oh, hold on. Where was I at?
I don't know.
What did you? Okay, I got it.
And go.
What's your silliest memory with your best friend?
Going to State Road Park drunk at like 17 and pissing in the middle of the street.
What part of elementary school do you wish you could incorporate into your adult life?
Nap time.
Nice. What was your first concert you ever went to?
First concert. What was that? Warped Tour.
Warped Tour.
Yep.
Any good bands? Probably not.
I think the only band I really liked was a Yellow Card and Bayside.
Do you have any crazy roommate stories?
Not really. I had 2 roommates throughout college, and the one was like super reclusive, and the other was like never there because he was always out.
What is the weirdest thing you've ever eaten for breakfast that is not breakfast food?
Probably Reese's or candy. Like that's not crazy, but like I never ate anything like super sporadic for breakfast.
What's the strangest family tradition in your family?
Going to church before Easter.
Time's up.
Going to church before Easter?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's not crazy.
that's crazy for me.
Okay, yeah, I get it.
I don't go to church if I can help it.
Ain't
So
that the
you
damn
had
truth?
roommates though? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I had 2 I had a roommate my freshman year and a roommate my sophomore year.
Okay, cool.
Craziest memory with your roommate: eating meth and jerking off because my dick got so hard. That's for
You
you,
got-
Joe.
I mean, I didn't do any of those with my roommate.
You got
You said roommate memory was the criteria, Tom.
you got drunk at 17.
Once
Where at? Where at?
at my parents' house.
At your parents' house?
Yeah.
Or were they not
And
there?
then my
or-
mom found out the next day because we got drunk, we went to State Road. Me and my buddy went to State Road Park, inebriated. We pissed in the middle of the street because it was fun. We ran past because the cops were doing patrol that night, and State Road Park closes after night, like after nighttime hits. So we ran from the cop that we saw there, hopped the fence to that little school parking area. There was a cop there who saw us flop to hop the fence and stopped us. So then we went back to the house because he's like, just go home. Like, what the fuck are you kids doing?
That's a good cop.
Yeah.
Right.
So I got back to the house.
It's a nice cop. At
I
least.
opened up my Facebook. I sent another one of my buddies a message about what happened that night, and then I left it open. So my mom read it the next morning
Oh shit!
because I'm an idiot and I leave my laptop out.
That sucks.
So I got
Damn.
in trouble. That was fun.
You know, I remember when I was 18 and I worked at the bar. I got super hammered at their Christmas party, and I woke up at the cook's house and I had no idea how I got there. So it was the Christmas party was in the day, and I woke up at like 10 o'clock at night. It was a Sunday. So
It's Lazy Sunday.
So my car was still at the bar. Somebody dropped us off there, and I had to call my mom to come and get me because my ride left me at his house over in Cleveland. So like I had to call my mom. I'm like, hey, I'm at this house and I'm super fucked up, and my car's still at the bar. Like, can you come get me? And she's like, yeah, that's fine. My dad was pissed about it, but they always told me as long as I didn't drive, they didn't care. So
Right.
So you didn't tell him that
There
you
you
drove.
go.
Oh no, he laid into me like the next day. I didn't drive, but he laid into me the next day. Like dude, I was hungover shit, and he was just like screaming at me. I had school the next day, so like he was screaming at me the next morning, and he's like, I can't believe it. You went to that Christmas party and got fucked up and blah blah blah. I'm like, you told me I could drink as long as I didn't drive, and he's like, still, I don't like the fact you were drinking at the bar. I'm like, oh, I don't know what
Better
to
than-
tell you. Like, I didn't drive.
Right. Hey,
Like-
Tom, do me a favor.
Listen to those nuts.
All right, Tom, it's your turn. You little.
Wait, we were paused?
Oh, you're paused.
No, we weren't. We weren't paused.
Oh.
We were paused for none of that, except for most of it.
You fuck.
All right, hold on.
It's like 10 seconds. That mattered.
All right, Tom, you ready?
And go.
What was your favorite item of clothing as a kid?
Probably my Vans. I used to love Vans.
The shoes?
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about cars.
No,
What did you? What did you name your first car?
I didn't have a name for my first car.
Oh,
I called it.
wussies.
I called it the Beater because I
No,
used to
you
use it. I used to use it like a truck, and it was a Cavalier.
What Disney cartoon character were you inexplicably afraid of as a kid?
Afraid of?
Yeah.
None.
What was your first record tape or CD that you ever owned?
Honestly, I think it was a Billy Joel cassette. that my mom gave me.
What were words you couldn't pronounce as a child, so you made up your own?
I don't know. Oh, no, I take that back about the last one. It was Smashing Pumpkins because I told my mom I wanted a Smash Mouth CD, and she accidentally bought me a Smashing Pumpkins CD. And fucking the next thing I know, the next thing I know, like I put it in while we're driving in our car, and she's like, what kind of music are you listening to? I was like 10. And she's like, what are you listening to? I'm like, you got me the wrong CD, but I kind of like it. That, and then I borrowed my buddy's Eminem CD.
Oh,
when
shit, dude.
when he first came out, dude, my dad got so mad because I had a CD player in my room and it didn't have a headphone jack. So like I put it in, and I think my dad was at work and he came home and it was in my room and I had the volume down real low, and he like comes in and he's like, what are you listening to? And he got all mad and he took the CD out, and I thought he was gonna break it, and I was like, no, that's John's. And he's like, who's John? I'm like, it's one of my friends from school. You let me borrow it. And he's like, give it back to him. You're not listening to this anymore. He's like, this is garbage. I'm like,
Dude, you know, it's funny that you say that because my mom bought me that. You remember when I Want to Love You was super popular back in high school, back in middle school, actually, with Akon? Well, my mom bought me the CD
back
for
before
it.
Akon lost his whole career and
Yeah,
started
that's right.
doing garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she bought me that CD, and I used to listen to it all the time because it was kind of rap. Like, it wasn't just that one song.
And then you found out that it was I Want to Fuck You on the CD.
Yeah, dude, and I found out it was I Want to Fuck You instead, which was fucking ridiculous. But anyways,
I don't
so
know this song.
Akon, I Want to Fuck You. I want to fuck you.
Nope.
No?
Oh, we're going to have to play it for him.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. With Snoop Dogg, whatever, it doesn't matter. So, like, Ed found out about it, and my mom told me, she's like, Ed wanted to throw your CD away. I was like, why the fuck did he want to throw? He's like, and then she fucking imitates it. She's like, oh, that's garbage. You can't have that. Like, and it was funny because it's a Latina woman.
With her accent,
With
making
her accent,
fun of Ed. Oh
making
my
fun
God.
of Ed. So she's like, "Oh, that's garbage. That's garbage. You cannot have that. He cannot have that. He has to throw it away." And I was like, "Mom, why are you imitating?" She's like, "Cause that's what he sounded like."
See, you know what's funny is the people listening probably don't realize how funny that is, but just because I know your mom,
Yeah.
like I could just see her getting mad
Right.
and doing her accent, or even just doing it all in Spanish, like imitating him
Definitely.
all in Spanish. It would be fucking hilarious.
Here, read from 20.
From 20,
Yeah.
And you got.
Oh, you had time to
you gotta
prepare
do
your
timer.
answers. It's not fair.
No, I didn't.
Start at 22.
Whatever, that's fine. But from 20, so that we can keep going with the list.
I'll
next
tell you
time.
what. I'm gonna start it. I'm gonna read the question and then I'm gonna start the timer.
Sure, whatever.
Okay. Have you ever gotten super lost, and what happened? And go.
I've never gotten lost, but I did run away once. I think I told this story in the podcast where I ran away and I hid for like 8 hours. It was bad.
Where did you hide at?
What happened?
The apartment of above my parents' apartment. We keep going. I'll talk about it more later.
Okay. What's the story of your first crush?
My first crush?
Yeah.
It was actually when I first got to this country. It was some little white girl. And she liked me back, and it was great. And then she moved away.
Oh, man.
Damn.
Right.
What was your first job? What did you like and dislike about it?
My first job was McDonald's. It was legit as fuck. Like, McDonald's trains people really well. I disliked the fact that I did everything for everyone, and I worked from like 5 o'clock until midnight.
Oof.
Who was the worst grade school teacher you ever had?
Worst? Grade school? Oh, Mrs. Rivera, that fucking bitch. She was just mean.
That's not nice.
What after school activity did you quit as a kid and why?
You can just stop it, and then I'll... what was the question?
What after school activity did you quit as a kid and why?
Did I quit as a kid? I don't remember, man. Fuck. I don't remember, to tell you the truth. I guess maybe guitar. Like, my parents signed me up for guitar and I liked it. And then I went to Peru to visit for like a month. And when I came back, I kind of just forgot to go back to guitar lessons, which I kind of bummed out that I didn't go back because I was getting okay at it.
God damn it, dude! Now I have that fucking song stuck in my head.
Never too late to try it again.
You know what song I have?
Fuck you.
Yeah, you know what song I have stuck in my head?
These nuts.
She won't let me fuck.
Nobody Want to See Us Together.
Oh my god, yeah.
Everybody wanna see us together, but it don't matter, no.
Because I
Ain't-
got you,
Ain't
ho.
nobody want to hear all of us sing because that sounded horrible.
I'm okay with that.
You're lucky I don't got my phone here, so I don't start playing some Backstreet Boys.
Please
Right.
Yeah,
don't.
you know
Please
what?
don't.
When he said that his one group that he still listens to from when he was a teenager was Linkin Park, I'm
Right,
like,
he can
you
shut the
fucking
fuck up.
liar. It's
Liar.
Backstreet Boys.
It's
you
definitely
fucking
Backstreet Boys.
homo. Like, no,
I ain't gonna lie to you guys. Backstreet Boys is still good.
I mean, you-
especially when you're drunk.
You light on
Black-
the podcast.
Black
because
Parade, man.
Well,
Definitely.
no, like I found, I went back
definitely
to.
don't whistle.
I didn't
What
know
was that one
would sound like
website
that.
for MySpace where you could have music come onto your page?
You can do that,
Dude.
on-
No, like it was like back when they first started doing it.
Yeah, you could
and
actually
they had this.
You can
they
still
had
do
this
that
link
kinda
for
thing
your
on-
top 10 music.
when they modded, like MySpace was awesome.
yeah, it was way better than Facebook.
It was way better than Facebook.
Like once
you can
MySpace
customize
died,
your shit.
and then I think I remembered my login for some reason, and I went back and I was like, "Holy shit! There's 3 Days Grace in Linkin Park," and I started to re-listen to them.
I used to have I used to have like this funny background. Do you remember how you could change like the backgrounds on your MySpace and whatnot?
Yeah.
I had this funny one of like this monkey, and the second that you clicked onto my page, and my page popped up, the monkey would shoot you. That was it.
dead.
Yeah, that was it. It was like a fake James Bond thing, and it was just a monkey. So like you'd see in the background, you'd see like the circle move, and then the monkey would be there,
Oh, that's pretty.
and then
sweet,
he'd turn
actually.
around and he'd shoot,
With
and
a
then
banana?
and then all you would hear is, "Ooh, ah." This is pretty great.
Twisted Tea, please.
That's funny.
I
It was
Twisted
pr-
Tea
That
because
was
it tastes
back
good, and
when
I
I
don't
was
care what anybody
really
says.
big into skulls.
Thank you
I
very
remember
much.
That.
Skull?
You know,
Skulls.
Oh, skulls.
I kind of wish that MySpace would have been the thing that took off instead of Facebook, because Facebook kind of sucks. Like,
MySpace
Yeah.
did take off.
yeah, but you,
I think they're trying to make a comeback. They were trying to. A
Thank
lot
you.
of like no-name rappers and musicians were trying to make a come on back. On
yeah,
MySpace.
but you know
Come
what
on down.
you know what I'm saying though. Instead of that fading out, I wish that would have
Right.
stayed, because it was way. Like, dude, you could do so much on fucking MySpace
I-
compared to
you could.
Facebook.
But you have to think about it this way: you can do a lot on an Android, and iPhones are more popular because they're limited.
yeah, I
Sort
guess
of
that that's
LinkedIn.
true. That's why I have an
iPhones-
iPhone.
iPhones are meant for old people. As crazy as that sounds,
That's
like
why I have an iPhone.
It's
you-
understandable.
All three
'cause
of you have
can-
iPhones.
dude, I have actually have a Pixel. I went back to an Android, but I have an iPhone for work.
I know
That's
iPhone,
why you
so
need.
I don't want to change.
flip
No, Brandon's phone is an old man phone.
This-
yeah,
you know,
Brandon,
that's
your
true.
phone's an old man phone.
Hey man, flip phone. I gotta hit. I gotta hit 2 3 times to hit a C, and I gotta hit a 9 3 times to see a Y, and then 2 once to see A for see you later.
He's stuck in the early 2000s.
But
I'm okay with that.
I can't even lie. I kind of miss flip phones too. Do you? I mean, I remember I
I
was.
don't.
I can hit this with
fucking
toe
don't.
motor, and it's fine.
Do you know why I miss a flip phone? Is
Why?
because back when I had my flip phone, I remembered where the
Typing?
letters were. So
Dude.
like when I was driving, I didn't even have to look at the phone. I could just type.
Right. No, you know what's
And
funny?
if you send
I used to in class. I used to be able to type and send messages on my phone without even looking at my phone.
That's funny. And if you were sending a risky text, you could just press end after you send it, and it cancels it.
What's the risky task?
Like if you,
Like,
Man,
let
that's-
me see your,
Yeah,
your boobies.
let's
Yeah, let me-
hear about this.
yeah,
let
What's
me
a
see your
risky
boobies.
thing?
what risky?
That's
yeah, it'd
risky.
be like you're sending your crush, hey, let me see your boobies, and then you press send, and then you're just like, no, fuck that.
And then you
Quickly
get that,
press-
and then you get that shitty grainy photo on your flip phone. And you're like, oh,
And then
yeah,
you
this
still
is
do
good
it.
stuff.
but you press like end like about half 1,000 times,
Right.
And it cancels the message.
You know, the one thing that I find funny now is like if I ever went back to a flip phone, I'd be looking at pictures on it and stuff, and I'd be like, man, this fucking sucks. It's not HD. What the fuck? What is this bullshit? Like, but I don't know, man. I remember when I first got a camera phone, and I was like, this is awesome. I can take pictures with it. And then, like, I was
Right.
taking pictures of shit, and I'm like, look at the photo quality on this. It's so good.
like those
Right.
freaking
4 megapixels.
Yeah, and now you're like, man, what? You don't have a fucking
1080.
whatever the fuck a good camera is on your phone. You're like,
apparently,
get outta
the new iPhones can shoot 4K.
no
is there
shit.
like nothing coming out in 4K just yet? Or this-
Everything's coming out in 4K.
really?
I'll tell you
Yeah.
what, man. I can't even lie to you. I think that once my contract's up with this, I'm gonna keep this for a while, so this way my bill stays down low.
Mm-hmm.
But then when this thing dies, I might switch over to a Google phone.
I mean, It's good. I like it,
Like
but
Google
you're gonna
Phone's
lose
good?
all your shit, and that's the one thing that bummed me out.
Why? They transferred all my stuff over from Android.
I'm
to
not talking about that. I'm talking about like apps and notes and shit like that, and pictures. Pictures is much easier to transfer, but
Can
still.
you get Google Drive on that phone?
Yeah, you can, and they give you unlimited
Well,
There you
picture
go.
storage.
That's what they did with mine. They transferred everything over through my Google account onto my iPhone. I didn't lose stuff.
You know what I'm hating right now, and I'm gonna yell at Ashley.
your
She
face.
put this fucking
Tablecloth?
She put this tablecloth, and it's making it so much harder for me to lean my arms on
Is
the
it
table.
really hot
'Cause
in
it's-
here?
it's-
No,
A little bit, yeah.
I'm not hot.
Then again,
I've been drinking cold stuff the entire time, though.
Dude, like I'm glistening.
You glistening?
I
Yeah.
like that.
I look like a
good terminology.
I look like The Rock
Terminology.
after like right before he's about to film a movie when
Right.
he oils himself up.
You have too much
you
hair
look
for
more
that.
like a pebble.
You know, I
You
I
have
do
way
wanna
too much
know,
hair for that.
The Rock, is he perfect? Like, is there something wrong with him? Like, there's got to be something wrong. Like, there's got to be
I'm
like
sure
a
he's got, like,
skeleton
a
in this
small
closet
penis.
or something.
I have a question about The Rock though.
I don't know, how
Did
old
he
is he?
just have a kid?
Yeah, he just had a kid, dude.
Is he fucking married?
Darian, the mic's not by your mouth.
Maybe. What do you mean the mic's not by his mouth?
No, when you were turning, I barely heard it.
My bad.
There you go. No,
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
just saying.
he's got a kid.
Is he married?
Doesn't matter. If he has a kid and he's not
No,
married,
I was just curious.
I think he is married. I think he is married.
He is.
Dude, speaking of perfect people, all right, let's.
Nobody's perfect.
Yeah, I know, but I'm talking about speaking of people that are almost perfect.
Santa Claus is perfect.
Right, Santa
Yeah,
Claus
Santa
is
is.
perfect. So, there's this person that I work with.
So is our Lord and Savior
Um,
Jesus Christ.
Jeebus? Oh, man.
Let's say that I work with doctors. Okay, they're important people, right? They have a lot on their plates. Let's say engineers. Right. Let's say I work with engineers, right?
I thought you were-
So
okay.
I walked over to one of the engineers that I work with, and I needed to get his laptop back. So I walk up to him and I talk to him. And every single time I've seen this dude, he's always sitting down. Like I've never seen him standing up. So the other day, as I was walking to his office, he's like right next to me, and I realized the dude is like 6'5", 6'7", and I'm like, holy shit! And the dude is jacked. I was like, what the fuck? So you're jacked?
Did you
and-
jerk him off?
I should have.
You should have.
Wait,
I
was he-
should have.
He was
Hold up.
standing next to you to
Hold
assert
up.
dominance. He's like, "You're gonna jack me off right now."
Hold
That's
up,
what
hold
you're
up,
gonna
hold up. So this is it. So like I go up to him and like I'm like, what the fuck? You're an engineer and you're jacked. Like that's not fair. Like come on, man.
Why is that
Plus,
not
you're over
fair?
6 foot.
And then like I walk into like his office and he's got like this thing about like some sort of like trust or some sort of like charity that he does a lot of work for. And I'm like, I get his laptop and I'm like, hey, I need your password so I can do all this stuff for it. And he goes, yeah, sure. And he writes me his password, and his password is along the lines of,
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. This amazing stranger from the planet Krypton. The Man of Steel. Superman.
and I'm like, what the fuck kind of shit is
Dude,
that,
that man is a closet murderer. I hope you know.
right.
That,
No, I know.
He's a
Like,
Dexter right
and the
there.
thing is, I
Dexter's cool, though.
And I told my boss, I was like, "Is this dude like Superman or something? Like, does he just does
Like
he
he
just
takes off his glasses, and you're just like, "Oh shit!"
because we've been
Jeffrey
trying to
Dahmer.
we've been trying to reach him for like a week, but he's barely there because he does all this charity work.
No, it's because he's eating people down in his basement.
But it might as well be like, but like he does. I guess he does a bunch of charity work, right?
Does he feed the homeless? Because that's probably human meat.
Shut up.
Hey,
let
man,
me-
don't knock it till you try
God
it.
damn it. Let me try this. Let me finish this story.
Okay.
So like I tell my boss, and my boss is like, yeah, that's not even the worst part. Is he's got a hot girlfriend who rides a motorcycle everywhere. I'm like, God damn it! Fuck! the fuck is that? So yeah, I was
Hey,
like,
man, he's trying to make the most of life, I guess. That's good for him.
right. Tell
Yeah,
me about
seriously.
it.
I mean, at least he's a decent guy. Like, I mean,
I'm
Sounds
out-
like it.
on the cover.
For
Yeah.
an engineer, it sounds like he's
On the
really
cover.
nice.
Hey, for all we know, maybe he's just trying to make up for something that happened to him, or maybe he's done in the past, and he's trying to make the most of his second chance. And I dig that.
but
right? Totally.
it's also kind of like those
Or
guys.
it's just cool.
It's also kind of like those guys that like when you walk into the Verizon store and they're just like fucking jacked, like they're like bodybuilders, and you're like, dude, what do you need those muscles for to work on somebody's phone?
that's
It's
the thing
like-
is-
Hey, someone's gonna try to walk in there, steal the fucking phone or something, and then he's gonna stop them.
and he's
immediately.
not going to be able to do anything because he can't touch his
But-
fucking head.
But that's the thing.
He
Is
doesn't have to touch his head. He just has to crush someone else's.
the dude isn't like I'm kind of I'm kind of jealous. I'm not gonna lie, but like the dude isn't like bodybuilder jacked. He's like lean jacked. Like he's
better.
Like
tall
toned.
as hell. He's toned.
Yeah.
And I saw that. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like.
You-
Like he wears glasses, and I told Diane, I was like, "What the fuck does he do when he leaves? Takes his glasses off, walks into a phone booth, fucking puts on his cape and shit, and flies away.
You know-
son of a bitch.
You know,
looks for Man Bear Pig.
right?
you know what's really funny is
stereo guy.
the one time before the Verizon off of Rockside moved to the other side of the street. It used to be behind the Wendy's over there.
Okay.
And there was this guy that used to work there, and the dude was just huge. Like, he was this big black guy, like, just massive. Like, he looked like he was bigger than Terry Crews. I'll put it to you that way. Okay, so, like, you know how Terry Crews just has those massive shoulder muscles? Just imagine that, but double.
Yes.
Okay,
But-
awesome.
But he just had, like, muscles upon muscles, and you're like, I walked in there because there was an issue with my phone, and he's, like, looking at me, he's like, oh, yeah, here's the problem, brother. Like, I'm like, oh my god, what are you, fucking
Hulk
macho?
Hogan?
I'm like, what are you, Macho Man Randy Savage? Like, get the fuck out of here.
That's it. Bad
You know,
reference.
I think every single person that's his brother has been the nicest person I've ever met.
Dude, he was super nice, but it was just like, you see this big guy, and he just walks up to you, and you're like, he had to be like 6'5".
Right.
And he just walks up to you, and you're like, oh my god, am I about to die? Like, is this dude about to eat me for his protein before a workout? Or
I need
like,
some of
what?
that protein, brother.
Yeah, but he's like,
Just long.
Did I say protein? Fuck me. I don't know. Whatever.
But it's
Protein.
just, he walks up to me, and he's like, how's it going, brother? You doing all right? You need some help? Anybody helped you yet? I'm like, oh, this guy's pretty nice. Like, he looks like this big, like, you know, the typical bald guy, like, just fucking jacked, and you're like, oh my god, I don't want to be anywhere near this guy because he makes me feel insignificant. Like,
Like, I don't know if there's a stereotype for bald jacked guy, because that's pretty damn.
Wow.
That's broad.
Proud of you.
Thank you very much.
First time on here, breaking our shit.
That's
wow.
second time on here, actually. Pay
stop,
attention.
stop punching the mics,
I
Brandon.
can't help. Actually, this is not the mic. This is the stand in front of the mic. This is
So
the mic.
the reason why is because of this.
I keep putting my hand up and I hit this damn wire.
So,
because
hold
it's not
on.
in my peripheral.
Yeah,
All right.
no, that's
Well,
why I was
no,
saying
I don't.
that.
I don't think it's unfortunate.
I don't even remember where we left off now. That fucked up my my rant about big bulky guys.
So,
Oh, we were talking. I was criticizing because I was
talk-
like, I don't know if there's a bald, muscled guy.
Yeah, there is. You go to
stereotype.
Fitworks, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, dude. Have you never seen some of
I
those
have
guys
seen
that
that,
go
but
there?
I'm like, they're pretty. Like across the range, you got the skinny bald guys, you got the big buff skinny guys.
I mean, like, they're super nice guys, but like, you walk in there and you're just like, Jesus Christ, dude! Like, you won. Just stop.
Dude,
Like,
have you seen that dude who benches fucking 550 yet? That big guy. He always wears like the skinniest tank top, and he always has, I swear this dude must
Is
not
he
be able
like
to touch-
blonde?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
blonde guy.
Yeah. Have you ever seen him on that fucking the shoulder machine? He stands on the seat and he puts the weight all the way down at the bottom, and he's just sitting there doing shoulder shrugs like this, and I'm like,
I haven't seen him do shrugs. I've seen him bench and I've seen him squat.
he's
and
like
that's nuts.
He's like doing shoulder shrugs with like 250 pounds. I'm like, I'm just gonna go home.
I've seen
Like, I
him-
give up. Like, I'm never gonna get to that point.
I've seen him pick up the 75-pound dumbbells like they're nothing though. He's just freaking doing bicep curls. He's like,
Yeah, but it-
between his sorry,
No, can you pass me a coaster?
But
Yes, sir.
at a certain point, though, like, don't you just get to a point where it's just like,
he's maintaining them. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to
Well-
lose muscle mass.
well, no, but I'm talking about like
He's
with
so swole, brother.
no, like
Absolutely.
this dude's fucking huge.
like his
like-
muscles, I swear, like they're like they must be. I'm trying to think, like fucking 25 inches around.
I would honestly have to say he's probably bigger than The Rock, like muscle wise.
No shit.
yeah, but
Can
think
you
about-
Yeah,
agree
but
with
I
that?
feel like but I feel like he probably can't. There's no way that man can run.
No, there's no
way.
cardio
There's
at all.
no way he could run.
He skipped leg day that day.
There's no
Like
cardio
not even
at
then.
all.
Like there's no. He's like just like huge all around. This man's a cloud. But I feel like I would just want to see the chance at him like running, and I don't think he could.
It's just like
His muscles would get in the way. Is what I'm saying.
So you're saying if you walked up to him and pantsed him and ran away, he wouldn't catch
I wouldn't.
you?
I wouldn't attempt it because if he can move all of it, if he can just stretch out quick enough for me to even turn around, he would just dash me against the concrete and I would be dead.
yeah, no, like he's got to be like at least 6'5". He's a tall dude.
I don't think he's 6'5".
why are we-
That man's easily 6 foot though.
Why
Yeah.
are we still talking about this though? Like, seriously.
We
Because
want
we're
to talk
talking
about
about-
jacked and juicy guys.
I
You
guess.
brought up the Jack guys because you brought up the Saint.
Yeah, you were the one who were like
That's our
was
new
like
segment.
jerking off over there.
Dude, I might
Like,
as well.
He's like, this is the perfect. This is my ideal man, is what Carlos said.
That's right.
That's how he started that
Yeah,
segment.
that's why he kept pausing it. That's why we lost track. He was like,
He like,
dude,
he's like, I
want
gotta go to the bathroom real quick.
Oh, fuck you, asshole.
He was like, I really want to bang this dude at work, but I didn't want to say it on the podcast.
Shit, that hurt my ears.
No, what I think it is he's not sitting so close to the mic, and so you adjusted it so he can sound just like us close to the mic. And then when he does get in
One
close,
of
Yeah,
us.
dude, he
One of
he
us.
got really fucking close and then fucking blew
He
blew
put
a
the-
load in our ears.
One
Sound
of us. One of
What are you
us.
talking about?
sounded like he
What?
put the damn microphone down his throat.
I was trying to copy you, Darren, because I keep seeing you throat fuck that mic. Yeah, just like that.
Anyways,
You think
you're
that
jealous.
mic is not a grapefruit, Darren? Calm down.
Dude, no, you know what
I wish
that
it
you know what
was.
that you know what that reminded me of? That gummies commercial that I put on the podcast ideas.
Don't
You
know
guys,
it.
did you guys watch it? It's so fucking funny. It's a
Gummies.
Japanese.
I'm a
Oh
gummy
yeah,
bear.
It's a-
yeah.
Oh.
The thing that's like 10 minutes long.
It's so fucking funny. It's got like a story
it was
to it.
it was funny like for the first 5 minutes.
yeah,
I'm
it
like,
was a
okay, this
Japanese
is getting
commercial?
repetitive.
It's a Japanese commercial.
Dude, Japanese commercials are fucking funny as shit, and
So-
they're crazy or crazy. There's
So-
like no between.
It was a
Nomad.
campaign. It was a campaign ad for gummies where it's like a gummy that you have like kind of like Kit Kats that you separate, and they're like the size of a Kit Kat. And then what they did is they made it huge, kind of like Laffy Taffies, the long
equal
ones.
out to the same. What are you doing?
Yeah.
And like the chick was like turned on.
yeah,
by
and
it.
she kept looking at it, and all of a sudden, every single time this guy would like tear up his little like gummy, that guy would always be around, and he'd be tearing it up, and you'd hear the song "Long, Long Man." It's amazing. It's worth it. It's worth a look. But anyways, so it's got a story to it, and I thought that was the amazing part because it
plot
starts.
thickens.
Yeah, it starts as like the girl looking at this guy, and then seeing him everywhere.
And then he gets jealous of the long gummy. It's
Yeah,
like,
and the guy, the short gummy guy gets jealous of the long gummy guy, and then at the end, as they're getting married, the guy with the long gummy shows up, and the girl's like, "I knew you were gonna show up," and the guy's like, "Not for you, baby." And it's for the guy. Yeah, dude, it's so fucking funny. He's like, "We can share." Yeah, it's fucking worth it. It was totally worth the
I must-
fucking 8-minute
I must
video.
not. I must not have watched it to the end. I think I got bored of it.
No,
because
dude,
they
I
just
thought it
kept
was
doing
funny.
it.
Yeah.
Like I said, man, I thought that it was good, and then all of a sudden it was just like, I was like, okay, this is starting to get repetitive. I'm sick of hearing that fucking song. Like, long.
That's the only song they
man.
could afford. You gotta give credit for it.
Nah, they could afford more than that, dude. They make a ton of
Gummy?
money.
I don't know.
Yeah, they make
mean,
a
they
ton of
sell
money.
pa-
Is it
Use
Haribo?
panties
Is it
out of-
Haribo?
I
Probably
don't know.
not.
Dude, you should eat a whole bag of the sugar-free gummies.
Well, sugar-free ones, the
Yes.
ones that make you shit your heart out.
They don't.
Yeah.
By
they
the way,
don't- they
that
don't
video
do
was
that.
If you
6 minutes
show
long.
me, if you show me, then I'll definitely try it. But
No,
gotta-
you should try it,
you
and
must-
then I'll do it.
Here's the 19
why'd you bring it
second
up?
Brandon. Here's the 19-second clip.
I'll hold this. That's a gummy.
They like put porn music in the background.
I mean, that can be porn music. That could also just be romancing music.
No, that's porn music.
Yeah, that's porn music.
I don't listen to porn for the music.
I'm sure if we
you only listen to porn. You don't watch it.
I only listen to the moans.
You're
then
just
I-
you're like, I don't
Hey,
even
man.
need to see this video. I just download the audio. So
My
this
imagination's better than the video.
it's like I don't need to see no woman. I just need to hear the sounds.
Absolutely.
What
Every
about
s-
if it's just a dude grunting?
Every
That's
single
why I put a
time,
bag on my head.
what the fuck?
every single time I walk into a room now, I want that song to play. like
You should. You know what you should do is you should find it and make it your ringtone, and then every time,
No.
like when Ashley's home. Every time that you walk in the room, just be like, "Tom, call me. I'm about to walk into a room."
I'll just
and then
save
I'll just
it.
Call
I'll just save it and then play it every single time. And the thing is, I'll walk in slow motion too. Do 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 do.
Just-
What's up, baby?
Just do it for like a week straight.
Right.
Just to
So
fuck
she'll
with her.
get so sick of me that's
That
totally
you could
worth
just
it.
play Call of Duty all the time with us.
You know, I was just talking to Joe about this. Like today, I fucking sat in my desk and played a lot of Assassin's Creed, and yesterday too.
What?
But I I realized that I'm kind of a little sick of Call of Duty. I want to
kinda-
take a break for a minute.
I kind of am too. I was thinking. I think maybe we should find a different game for a little.
Joe's talking about State of Decay, but he mentioned the fact that if we play together, only the person hosting it is the one that's going to get anything.
What?
Yeah.
That's
Like,
stupid as shit.
Like even if you like join on a game.
Play Cuphead.
Even if you join on a game.
Like what?
Yeah. Like, I guess he was
Play
telling me
Cuphead.
that. Like, he was telling. Cuphead is 2-player.
Yeah. You're 2 people.
We got 4 people.
We got we got 6 people now.
Well, 6 people.
Play Fortnite.
Who's the 6th person?
Fortnite
Eh.
sucks.
Have you
We
played
tried. Yeah.
I played it.
Then you
No.
probably suck.
Who's the 6th
I
person?
too, but
Okay,
you know,
then.
Mike now.
I haven't played with Mike yet.
neither have I.
Well, let's think about it.
Play
You,
the Halo
It's
3 ripoff.
racism. You guys kicked the 2 white people out of the
You?
fucking Call of Duty group, assholes.
Brandon, Carlo, Joe, Angelo.
Play the computer Halo 3.
Yeah, that's 6 people.
Oh, that
bro.
got canceled. That got shut down.
The download got canceled. You guys didn't have it?
The server. No,
Servers are still up.
are they really?
Yes, sir. You can't download it anymore. I hope you guys all
Somebody. No,
I don't.
we don't.
Nope.
The somebody essentially ripped off Halo and put up a server for
Halo
it, and
3.
a bunch of Halo 3, and a bunch of people are playing it. Like a lot of people are playing on a server for it.
have it.
I was never a big Halo guy.
They're probably testing
was.
the waters because they're like, holy crap, if this has such a huge following, maybe we can release this and make money.
They did. Yeah,
I
for
like
some
the story for
from some
Halo.
reason 303 was it 343?
I don't
Or
know.
whatever. The name of that fucking company didn't realize that like there's a fucking market for there. They actually made an announcement that they said that they have something in the works.
Good.
It's like, we're gonna send them a list of things that they need to stop doing, but
Poor fan games.
there's something working. There's something in the works. Is what they said.
I'm just trying to figure out what else we could play though. That's
There's a lot of online games that we can get.
Battlefield 1.
Joe was telling me that I should get Monster Hunter and we can play, but I don't know.
dude. We should play Gears. Can you play Gears online?
Yeah, you can, but
5 people.
Eh.
5 people teams.
That's it.
Yeah.
Gears is fun.
But
I
I'm
don't
sure
know.
like everybody's
Try to
like,
think.
it's
I
been
mean,
out for like what?
Angelo's been
Which
pushing.
Gears?
Angelo's been pushing
5.
PUBG, but
I'm not buying PUBG.
There's
yeah,
Gears
I would
5.
not pay $40 for PUBG.
It's not worth it.
It's not. It's really not.
If you,
What
Have
I was-
you played PUBG, Brandon?
I have. I got stuck in a shipping container when it was loading, and my character couldn't move, so I didn't play it anymore.
I was not
Wait,
a big
you-
fan of it when
Well,
I tried
the
it.
game was rendering when I was walking into a new area, and I got stuck in the wall of a shipping container, and I'm like, never again.
Yeah, because like we were talking about the fact that this game is completely unfinished, and everybody gave it a bunch of fucking like thumbs up about it. But the game is fucking garbage. Like people
Yeah.
were raving about the fact that the game got this whole new mechanic, and that was jumping over ledges.
Well, it also glitched the fuck out when we first started playing it.
It was
Yeah.
It's definitely had time to
and
fix
it
those
looks
patches.
it looks
or
it looks
patch
like
those.
garbage. But like I mean, as a first game, as one of the first games that started, like the Royale. What is it?
Battle Royale
Battle
one?
Royale. Like I get it, it's unrefined, but now you have a fucking shit ton of money coming in. Improve it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I
Like,
feel
improve
like
the graphics, improve the game.
Well, the graphics are fun. That game has really good graphics.
Not
but
on
I don't
Xbox.
not on Xbox.
Yeah.
You know
on
that they were
computer,
shipping that-
yeah.
it reminds me of like Battlefield almost.
Did you know that they were shipping that game with the Xbox One X?
Didn't know that.
Yeah, and that's
Wasn't
and
that
that's
game
in-
free? Or is it cost
No,
money?
no,
It
it
was
costs
free.
money.
I don't
It's
remember.
$40, Brandon.
Nope, not a fan.
Not a fan of $40, paying $40 for a motherfucking game.
yeah,
that's unfinished.
seriously. If
You know
you guys are
game's free?
if you guys are thinking about getting PUBG, if you ever get it for free, that's fine. But I would never go out and pay for it.
Yeah, I wouldn't pay for $40
Like
for PUBG.
it's a cool concept, but at the same point, it's just like when we were playing it on Xbox that first time, like. I glitched out. I don't even know how many times. Like, and then the buildings weren't even there, and you're like, "What
yeah,
the fuck?"
and then the buildings aren't there yet, and then you walk into an area,
And
then
it
the
renders
buildings
them.
load,
Yeah.
and then you're stuck on a wall.
And it's like, why not? Like Carlos said, you're making a shit ton of money off this game now. Like,
Hey, good for them.
make it.
Yeah, but that's when
better.
you improve it, and that's when you
Yeah,
get more
make it-
people to
That's,
fucking
that's
play
when they
it.
bail out. They're like, we'll leave this because people keep joining, and we're making money.
But since that all came
Leave
out,
the unfinished product.
including
I mean,
Fortnite.
Fortnite did
Why-
the same thing
Why is Darian so low?
I mean,
because he's not talking towards the mic.
I have yet to
I'm
get stuck on a
trying.
wall in
Now,
Fortnite.
now you're
there,
good.
there you go.
Now you're good.
Oh, okay.
It's probably happened to somebody, but I've yet to get stuck on a wall in Fortnite.
Put it closer to you.
I've only played Fortnite once, and I played it by myself, so maybe that's why I didn't like it so
I-
much.
I
I
like
played it
solo.
on my computer and I liked it.
I don't know, having to switch between destroying shit and then trying to shoot shit and then build shit.
For me, it was hard to incorporate like building like real quick. Like
Me too.
I still have trouble like building properly, but like I watched like some people do it, like just learn like what are their strats, and people just fucking make forts immediately. And now they have an item that does that.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
So,
in
like, it's-
one of the videos for gaming mods.
So I was like, all right, I'm gonna try that, and then I try to build fast, and then I don't focus on shooting anymore. Then while I'm building, I get shot, and I'm like, fuck, I suck. But it's still fun. To try to improve.
I gave it a try the other day on my computer because it looks.
forgot it was on the
looks.
computer.
It looks
sure
very.
it's
It
probably
looks very
easier.
pretty on the computer, man. I gotta show you.
Oh, I'm sure the graphics.
I
look
gotta
good
show
on
you
it.
before you leave, Brandon, how good it looks on my PC.
I like Fortnite because it's like cartoony.
Right.
Well,
True.
not only that, but the graphics actually look really good in that game. Like compared to PUBG on Xbox, the graphics look amazing.
Yeah,
but
they do.
for me, I don't know, man. Like I was telling you guys the other day, I kind of got irritated with Call of Duty because they give you all these chances to get these cool guns, and then they don't give them to you in the packages that you earn. Like they just give you duplicates.
You gotta
of
get
shit.
lucky.
I haven't played any Call of Duties in like the last like 4 years.
It's
So-
what are they called? Care packages.
I'm just kind of over
Supply
Call of Duty.
drops.
That's why I haven't really been playing as much as I was.
By the way, guys, this is the video game portion of the podcast.
How many people can join in on a game of Far Cry?
Far Cry?
I don't even think that that's online.
Dude, no. I heard that the online is garbage.
I'm sure.
Oh,
that
yeah.
it
Yeah,
is.
the online of that game is garbage because they focus a lot on. I guess
On
they focus a
story.
lot on the first part of the game, and then I guess everything else gets repetitive. You should definitely stop breathing out towards the mic. as you're doing-
Well, I'm just trying to think of games that have
I was
multiplayer.
holding my breath for the rest of the podcast.
That's fine.
That's what I'm just trying to do is right now, just try to think of games that have them a multiplayer.
Oh,
well, we can think about it. It's not something that we have to figure out right away.
Yeah, I do agree with you though. I am kind of over Call of Duty for a bit. I just
Not
need
even-
I
not
just
even-
need a break from
Yeah,
it.
I think that's what it is. I don't think. I mean, I'll probably play when you guys play, but I think I'm gonna probably just take a little break. Like maybe play like. Oh, dude, that actually reminds me.
Well,
Did
because
you-
you got to figure we've been playing it since December,
Mm-hmm.
so it's just been like nonstop since December.
Right.
Well, I mean, we could always just play something different on a Tuesday night. Like, even if one of us is playing Call of Duty, as long as we're just in the chat, just bullshit.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not saying we're going to stop altogether because of the fact that we all got the game and we have the DLC for it. It's just I think I'm going to take a little break. Like
Yeah.
not even like I'm not even saying that I won't play when you guys are playing. I'm just saying that I'm going to take a break from Call of Duty. I might not play tonight. I might not play tomorrow, but I might even play tonight. That's the thing because it's always still fun.
I might play Red Dead because I'm gonna borrow it from you.
That game's
Right?
fun.
Yeah.
Especially
That's
with the
fine.
second one
Bounty
coming
hunting.
out soon.
But
Bounty
then
hunting
again,
for days.
I might not
Don't
talk to you guys.
Don't use my DLC pack though.
Why don't you just open it up, take the card out, and
I'm gonna.
just give them the game?
No, I'm
God
definitely
damn
gonna.
it, Darian! Why do you gotta say shit? Fuck.
You can't have the fucking DLC, asshole.
This is why we
I mean,
turn your
why-
volume down when
You
we
don't need
record
the-
the podcast,
Oh,
and you
well.
just
You
don't
don't
know
need
it.
DLC. Just keep bounty hunting. That's literally all you have to do in that game, and then have fun.
I love Red Dead. I played it once.
Red
like, all
Dead,
the
for
way
our
through.
podcast listeners that don't know, Red Dead Redemption is a game about being a cowboy. It's all about Westworld.
Cowboy Grand Theft Auto.
Essentially, yeah.
Dude, so Tom and I
my
started,
life dream.
started watching Westworld, and it's pretty fucking good.
It
Have
is
you,
a
have you
good-
watched it, Brandon?
No, two of my coworkers have been telling me to watch it. And I
It's a
Before
great
you
show.
leave,
'Cause
let
you-
me
'cause you need
let
HBO
me-
Go.
No, you don't.
You
You know
well,
Carlo.
You can.
That's all you
Okay.
got to say.
Yeah, we're
Alright,
not
no
gonna
problem.
go too deep into it, but you know Carlo, and
Yeah.
he got me hooked on the fucking show, and now I watch it at home. The second season, and it's the second season so far is fucking amazing.
That just started, I think, right?
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe I'll catch up and I'll come over tomorrow and watch. I don't think I'm gonna be able to catch up. I have
Why? How many episodes do you have?
I have one more episode, and then how many episodes are out?
There's only 2 out. The new one comes out tomorrow.
No shit. Maybe maybe I'll try to catch up.
Because
Maybe
those
I
are
don't know.
an hour long, and it's 10 episodes the first season, I think.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Yeah. What episode are you on, Carlo?
9, I want to say.
Yeah, if you
Excuse
only
me?
have one more, watch it tomorrow, and then come over and you can watch the other 2, and then the other one's on at 9.
Oh fuck, I can't actually
Oh.
because
okay.
Ashley's taking my car tomorrow to work.
I've
mean-
been saving them.
Where's her?
Okay.
So
Yeah. I mean, I'll catch up. I'll catch up on everything, and I'll.
do you know why I've been saving them?
So
For when I lose HBO. So
Oh,
this way
man.
I don't have to worry about it because we have it for free. So
I get it.
if I lose HBO, I want to have the recorded ones on there so I can rewatch them when I want to.
Right.
I
It's
just
a
bought my
really good
HBO
show.
Go off of my parents.
Dude, for real, have you watched Westworld?
I watched the first episode.
You should watch
and
the whole
then
thing. It's
The only reason why I fell off of it is because I got like a half a thousand shows that came back on right as soon as I started.
Fuck those. Watch what's real.
Seriously, like
Well, it depends on what some of those shows are.
I watched the whole first season in 2 days.
Oh no, I completely agree.
Damn, the first 5-hour binges.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
You know what's funny is I watched it, and there are so many plot twists in that fucking show that you could ask Nicole. I was literally sitting in the chair while I'm watching, and I'm like, what the fuck? What the like? I was freaking out just because of how many plot twists are in that show.
I
think it's a little better than Game of Thrones.
I agree.
Probably.
Have you seen Game of Thrones?
I have seen Game of Thrones, and I've also read them.
You know what I like about it?
I like the show. Go ahead, sorry.
The thing that I like about Westworld is I think that would be such a cool concept. Well, besides like, oh, the AI is killing you and stuff, but like, like I think that it's a cool concept.
Oh yeah, being in that world and shit like that.
Just being able to get away from the real world and fuck around and not have to worry about anything.
Like playing video games.
Yeah, like it's
VR pretty much.
It's basically like going into a video game, but it's just real life with fake people. You know what I'm saying?
I've read books like
Living
that too.
that lifestyle.
Dude, like that would be sweet. I wish that was a real thing because I would totally pay whatever it was to go do it.
Well, I'm trying to think what good MMOs are out right now. Play RuneScape.
Oh no! I'm talking about like the real, like actual movement and
Play VR chat.
man. No, I'm talking about like
You could
going
become
out.
you could become a Ugandan Knuckles.
Brandon, your laugh is so great. I'm talking about like going out into the fucking desert and like just drinking whiskey and like getting hammered. And,
I mean, you could do that.
well, I mean, yeah, but
You could go to like the Sierra.
see, this is
and
why
not
you
die.
this is why you have to watch it because if you watched it, then you would understand what
I've read a short synopsis of it, and from what I understand is it's based in the future, and then there's like a VR, like a real an
Real
escape
life
world,
VR,
and you can go back into like the Western, and that seems to be like the
Yeah.
big topic because you can relive historic moments.
Yeah.
That's what I've read about the show, and that's why I was like, this sounds interesting. I'll watch it.
Well, it would be really cool if like there were more than just westerns. Like as of right now, it's just Westworld, but I think that the
I
base
think it's
of
just gonna be Westworld.
Dude, I would do
Yeah.
feudal Europe, and then go to like fucking what was it, Crusade shit, because that was like
I would go to feudal Japan
Do
so I
some
could be a
shenanigans.
samurai.
that would-
I mean, you could do that. That'd be cool too. Like
I think it'd be legit.
I mean, technically, you could do that in the West too if you really wanted to, just be an asshole.
it'd be a samurai
Come into the Westworld and just have a fucking sword.
and then get shot.
Yeah, but I mean,
Or deflect bullets.
or
Well,
deflect bullets.
I mean,
you can't get shot in it.
Listen
That's
here,
the whole
Deadpool.
thing.
yeah, the whole point is that it's like a theme park that you go to.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
can't die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
The-
real people can't die.
yeah,
Real
real
people
people,
can't
can't die, but you can shoot the AIs.
Yeah, and
And
kill
they
them.
die. So it's basically like,
Well, that's no fun. There's no
It's
challenge in that.
well, that
Well,
you
no, no,
have
no.
to watch the show. Just watch the show.
So the whole
Trust
aspect
me.
of it is you start in the
There's
middle
no
world.
PvP?
You start in the middle world. There can be. You start in the middle world, and then if you want to challenge, you can actually go out farther.
And the further you get, it
The
gets
harder it
harder.
gets.
So like if you get shot, it'll hurt you, but it won't kill you.
And it'll hurt more.
So like it'll
And you
Farther
can
and
get.
farther
And
you
the thing
get.
is, then the AI can punch you,
And-
and
then
tie
somebody
you up,
choke
and-
you out.
And then somebody hacks your sensors so that you get
No,
killed
there is
in
no
real life.
sensors.
But they have a core
Then,
code.
if there's no sensors, then how do you actually get hurt?
I thought it wasn't censored.
You said people actually get hurt when you go out, but it won't
well,
kill you.
you're talking about technology. You're talking about.
I'm
fake
talking about the technology of the show.
Yeah, you're
I'm
talking
sure-
about fake technology.
Brandon, just let him put it.
I'm sorry.
Just
I'll-
you're gonna
ju-
watch the show. Just
You're
end
gonna
the story.
watch it.
Watch
and
the show and
you're
come
gonna
talk to us
sit
about
there
it.
and be like, "Holy shit, this is a really good show."
I mean,
and if you don't, then I'm not gonna be friends with you anymore.
you could say that, and I really don't care.
He's like,
I'm just
I have
kidding.
I have pretty weird standards.
I'm kidding,
he's
Brandon.
like,
I don't. I'm
Go
not
away,
gonna.
man.
I'm not gonna end a friendship over a fucking TV show.
First off, who says
But
you
if
guys
I
are
get
friends?
if I get my steak well done, though, you will.
I
Yeah.
will.
Well, yeah,
That-
kick
that-
your ass to the curb.
That's a different ball game. Like
I will end a friendship over a TV show
TV shows and steak. Yeah.
and steak.
no, mine's just steak.
Oh man, I can't
If
say this
if
on
you
the podcast.
if
Never
you
mind.
like well done steak, then
Can't say something.
there's something. I don't. You don't like flavor. That's all there is to it.
I'll get you a hockey puck and you can eat the same thing.
Yum. I mean, I like cooked food like slightly burnt.
I certain things I can do, but steak it has to be rare or medium rare.
Why not just extremely rare at that point?
I can,
Might as well just
I
cut
can
it
eat.
off the damn steak.
Like a raw steak?
I'd rather not.
I've
I'm just
done it.
saying.
You've eaten raw steak? Was
not,
it good?
Not raw.
Was it
like,
worth it?
It's like pan seared.
I
Alright.
mean,
It's really good.
that's not.
And I think with that, I want to get into our last topic of the day, which is
These nuts.
our segment called Ask Reddit, where
Reddit's fun.
I serve through Ask Reddit, and then I find a question, and then I ask it to the podcast.
Hey, I have a question. I
Man,
thought
it's
that
super time waster.
I thought
Hi.
that our last segment was Carlo's a ball hog.
Yes, sure.
Have you heard of Amabalag? Amabalag? One of my
Emma
favorite.
ball. God damn it, Brandon.
Have you asked her about that again?
No, I completely fucking forgot about
Hold
it.
on, what happened?
Have you ever heard of Emma Ballhog?
Have you ever heard of Amabalag? What was it? The Arabic?
I think it was a doctor or something.
No, it was the
Arabic author.
yes.
It was an author. That Brandon was super hammered when we went to Wasabi. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut off your
You're good.
segment, but he was super hammered when we went to Wasabi, and he's like, I was trying to get Nicole to say that she was a ball hog, and he's like, ask her if she knows the author. I'm a ball hag, and he kept trying to get me to do it. I'm like, I don't get it. He's like, I am a ball hog, and then he was just saying it really fast and making it sound like it was
you could say
Arabic.
Irma Ballhog.
Have you heard of Amabalag?
Irma Ballhog?
Yes.
Dude, it
Irma
was so,
Ballhog?
and it was just funny because he's like, that guy's got really fucking big ears. But
I didn't whisper it.
Yeah, no,
I didn't. I meant to whisper it.
so like Brandon leans over to me and he like does the whispering motion where he puts his hand over the side of his mouth and he's like, that guy's got big ears. And then I'm like, bro, you're not whispering. He's like, oh, that guy's got big ears.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That was fucking great.
That only happened once.
I seriously almost pissed my pants that night. I was laughing so
Dude, that's
goddamn
not
hard.
even my fault. That dude tried to drown me in liquor, and I was like doing the stop motion
And
with
he
my
was just
hand at my
staring
neck,
off.
and he was still spraying the liquor at me. I'm like,
He was, like,
please,
staring
and
off,
I'm like,
doing something
I
else.
don't want to ruin my shirt, and if I duck away, it's just gonna keep hitting me in the shirt. So I'm gonna
Dude, it was funny. It was so funny.
couldn't move left because you were there, couldn't move right because that chairs were in the way.
It was a good night.
I'm
That
like,
was
well, I guess I'm
hilarious.
just drinking this.
All right, go on, Carlo, with
All
your
right.
segment.
Ask Reddit.
All right. Well, this is if you guys want to skip this one, you can.
Ask Reddit.
But ask Reddit. So
Just
the
answer
question
the question.
from Reddit is from Shecky Z, and it says, "What is the most fucked up thing someone has shared with you, thinking that you would be okay with it?"
Who's going first?
I'm not answering that question.
Oh, okay. Well, let's skip
Well,
it
you know
then.
what? I might. No, I'm not answering that
Oh,
question.
that's why I said we could skip it. And we,
Do it- do the
I
next
can't-
do the
nothing
next
is coming
question.
to mind
Wait,
now.
repeat it.
What is the most fucked up thing someone has shared with you, thinking that you would be okay with it?
I can't answer that question. Truthfully, I can't. I make
I
up
don't
a story.
really, I don't really
if-
know.
Nah,
honestly.
yeah, let's skip it
nothing's
then.
coming
I have
to
a few.
mind.
Damn, no, I can't answer that question truthfully.
All right, I have.
Why are you like rubbing your legs like you did something?
Because it reminded me of like 3 things that people have told me that I was like, why? Like I was thinking, like, why would you tell me this? Like maybe they just need to get off their chest.
Why
And I'm
would
just-
you tell me this?
And I'm like, you know what? They just need to tell somebody, and then I'm gonna act like this never happened. So I just
Ah,
can't.
shit. So you can tell us off podcast, is what you're saying.
Only if you don't talk about it after.
Right, yeah, totally. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll talk about it after the podcast. I have to cut all of that out. I'm gonna be editing this one and seeing if it
okay.
works. Stop fucking rubbing your beard on the fucking. Anyways,
So
let's see
nice.
here. Okay, I got one. If Willy Wonka started making sex toys instead of candy, what would be his top-selling products?
Everlasting cocksucker.
That's a good one right there.
You know what's funny? the
Somebody put
the
that?
top comment was everlasting knob slobber.
Oh man!
that was so
God! Why did you? Damn! I'm glad you didn't show me your phone because that.
That's amazing.
Honestly, I can't think of one for that because I don't like the Willy Wonka shit. It freaks me out. That movie always freaked me out
Which
when I
one?
was a kid. The original,
the original
one?
one. I like that movie.
I can't.
I didn't. The one portion I didn't like was when they were floating up because I thought they were gonna die, and then they didn't, and I was like, okay, we're cool now. But then I'm like, that's not fair though because everybody else had something bad happen to them,
Dude.
but they didn't.
That movie seriously used
Wait,
to freak me out when I was a
What?
kid.
What were you talking? I'm sorry, I was looking for
Willy
questions.
Wonka.
Oh yeah.
I hated that fucking movie.
You
when I
know,
was a kid.
apparently all those kids died. That's the whole. That's the. I
Essentially.
didn't know that.
That movie freaked me the fuck out.
Why?
I hated it. Those
Well,
little
think about
fucking
it.
orange midgets used to freak
The
me
Oompa
the
Loompas.
You know
shit.
what?
If you
You
think
know-
about it,
You know what's funny is the fact that when I asked what was your like cartoon Disney personality or something,
You
that
said
scared
Disney.
You, well, I said cartoon or Disney.
Willy
It was-
Wonka wasn't a cartoon.
Dude, the
Yeah, but
Hunchback
if
of
you
Notre
could've-
Dame didn't scare you?
Dude, that
No.
fucking
Never
that
wa-
that
never
shit was
watched
scary
it.
to me. That shit was
I
scary
didn't like
to
the
me.
Hunchback, dude.
I mean, if you think about what happened to the kids, that fucking
Actually, you know what?
sucks.
The scariest thing that Disney related that I didn't like was the gargoyles.
But-
Even though now that I look back, I'm like, man, I was just.
The
Dude, the
Gargoyles
gargoyles
movie?
were awesome.
But like,
They are. I think they are awesome, but I was like, these dudes are fucking.
I used to watch that shit
The-
all the time.
They're gonna
you're
kill
talking, about,
somebody.
you're talking about the TV show or
Was there a movie
There was a movie.
yeah, there was a movie.
I
I'm
had
talking
it on
about the- I'm
VHS
talking
and I
about
watched
the
it about
cartoon
1,000 times.
with like the buff gargoyles, not like the weird ass ones from Hunchback?
The ones that are stoned during the day and then at night they come alive.
Yeah, dude, that shit was
I mean,
awesome.
they're
I
still
wanted to be
stoned
a
at night.
gargoyle for like the
Yeah.
longest time. I was like, oh yeah, I
The-
can be out at night and
the
fucking
reason-
kill people.
The reason why that movie used to freak me out is because the orange fucking Oompa Loompas would just walk in and wheel out the fucking kids. I'm like,
The dead ones.
And they had the best
I'm like,
tunes
what
on
are-
the spot.
what are they doing with these kids? I'm
And,
like,
like, at the
it
end-
freaked me
They're
out.
the secret ingredient.
They
like
just
they-
used to scare me.
All right,
hated
I
them.
have another question, and maybe this one's better. All right, so Not an Uchiha says, people who've tried their best on something and still failed. What was it that you tried, and how did you cope with failing? I have one.
Okay.
I'll get it started.
Okay, you started.
So
I'll think.
yeah, so I remember entering a writing competition, and that was from middle school, and I entered it. We ended up having like a club to start writing more, and because I love reading, so I figured I'd give it a try. And I wrote this story, and my parents thought it was really good, and then I showed it to some girl, and she said it was garbage, and it made me feel really bad, and I stopped doing it altogether, which sucked.
Oh man.
Right? Yeah,
Oh,
it was.
listen.
Right. Yeah, I know. Kids are fucking mean. And I just remembered this right now because I never thought about it after that. But I remember that and then entering this writing competition and going to Ignatius. And the whole point is you sit there and they give you a timer and then you write a story. Like they give you a theme and you write a story.
Really?
Yeah, it was actually
Oh, in like a time period.
yeah, in a
That's
time
good.
period.
That's
yeah,
pretty awesome.
It's short essay stories or short stories that you write essentially, and you sit there and you pen and paper and they give you a theme and you have like an hour and a half to write something, and then you turn it in, and that's it. And I entered 3 of them, and I didn't win. And everybody in my my writing club did win one, and that felt like garbage. Like the entire time, I felt so bad
I
because
mean-
I didn't win one. I think I just cope with it by understanding that maybe I wasn't meant. Maybe in my head I was like, maybe I'm not meant to be a writer. I like reading books a lot, but maybe
Yeah.
it's just not for me.
That's fair.
But I think maybe I should probably give it another try. I mean, I have so much shit on my plate now, but
What
it was something that like I actually enjoyed doing that kind of like crushed me.
what was the full question again?
Ah,
Something that
shit.
you tried your best at but failed.
And how did you cope
failed.
with failing?
It's never too late to try it, right?
Life?
Wow.
Yeah, that
No,
was good.
I'm 14 and this is edgy.
No.
I'm Tom and I'm an edge lord.
I-
Life is so dark.
Honestly, I think that the
Must be
thing
from the DC universe.
I think that the thing that I failed at was I tried out for baseball in high school,
Okay.
but I tried out for the wrong position because I really wanted to play center field. And the second day in the tryouts, I pulled my groin.
Oof.
And I showed up for the next day of tryouts, and I could like hardly walk. So I ended up not making it, which I was kind of like crushed because I used to love playing baseball. But I should have tried out for like first base or something because I was tall and big. So I just wanted to play center field.
Right.
It broke me for a while. Like that's actually when I stopped playing baseball completely because I didn't make the high school team. Like I didn't want to play rec or anything anymore.
Mm-hmm. And is there any way you coped with it?
Alcohol.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I drank a lot at that point. Because
How old were you?
I started drinking when I was 14, dude. I tried out when I was a freshman in high
God,
school.
you fucking hick. Just kidding.
That's not nice. He's not that
Maybe.
country. He's not that country.
No, but that sucks. Yeah, I totally
Yeah,
get it.
it was just one of those things. Like now, it doesn't bother me.
What did the,
Right,
did
yeah.
the coach cut you or?
No, it was one of those things where like it was because I hurt myself and I still showed up. Like I was like, oh well, there was a kid who hasn't shown up for like 3 days and trials were 4 days, and he showed up on like the last day and he got picked, and I'm like, well, what the fuck? I'm like,
sure
you
if
gotta
you-
be shitting me, man.
I'm sure if you didn't get hurt,
I'm
you
like-
probably would have got.
I'm like,
picked.
I showed up with a fucking pulled groin. You pick the guy who shows up one day, fucking assholes. Like,
well, I'm pretty sure you looked at it as like this kid can play and this kid can't.
yeah, I don't know.
Not to
All
shit
right,
on your
Darian,
parade.
you
Not to shit on your
fucking
parade.
asshole.
Darian's turn.
All right, you got one? If not, we can go to. Do you have one, Brandon?
I mean, I have good examples of where
Yeah,
I've
let
been a
Brandon go.
slacker. Like I'm trying to think of something that I've tried my hardest at, but I've come to realize like I've been like super underwhelming in almost all fields. Like, cause I know
What do you mean?
I never want to like commit to anything.
Okay.
And that's like, and I realize that's like a big problem. I've had this realization before. Like I never like even when I was on swim team, I never like committed like to diet. I was just like when I'm at swim team, I'll try my hardest. Outside though, didn't really try it. When I was on track, I did the same thing. Even in college, I was like when I'm in class or on like on the school hours, I'll try hard. But then like, outside, I didn't do what I was supposed to do. I didn't like study off time. I didn't do my homework almost ever. I just like studied only like in the class and like between class periods. And
Don't you go to the gym like every day though?
not anymore. I haven't been in the gym in a month.
I haven't been either, so don't feel bad.
It's been 32 days since I've been to the gym.
I've been a lazy fuck when it comes to it.
Mike's at me.
No, I
not
get
when you were
that though.
talking.
I'm trying to get Andrew to go to. I will buy my brother's membership if he. That way I have somebody who like I can.
What time do you go?
Used to go right after work, anymore. Like I get out of work at 5 or at 4:30. I'd be back at 5. I go change. I'd be at the gym at 5:30.
In the evening?
Yeah, and that's one that's like fucking crowded, but I'd still go.
Dude, why don't you call me?
I'll
go up there with
I
you.
don't think I actually have your number. Actually, yes, I do.
Yeah, I'll go up there with you. I mean, I have a membership up there. I'll go up there with you. I mean, it would get me going back too. So
Well, there you
I'm
go.
down.
We
I'm
made
more
a
than
we
okay
made a
with
thicker friendship now today. The Designated Drinkers
There we
podcast.
go.
But yeah,
How about you? Do you have one, Darren?
and then we
If
could
not,
jerk
it's-
each other off in the
that's good.
sauna. It'll be great.
absolutely. Well, I'd prefer a 69 personally. That way we get protein. We
I
don't.
don't-
wanna,
I don't do
wanna
mouth
waste the
stuff.
protein. Fine, then I'll eat my own.
Keep going, guys.
No, but good. Do you have one?
Don't want to waste that protein.
There we go. Hold on. I'll wait a second. Let you guys
You're
finish.
good. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Sure.
It's
I
dead
can't.
air.
I can't finish that quick.
People.
I'm not
People-
Carlo.
You fucking asshole. We don't want that air. Go ahead. Do you have one?
I can relate with Brandon with having no energy to do anything after.
I am a failure.
Yeah, but
You're
the
not.
only thing that I guess could really come to mind is when I really first started playing video games
Uh-huh.
on the PlayStation. They had the James Bond. I think it was like Die Another Day or something like that. And I'd get past the first 2 levels, and then the third level was the casino part, and I didn't know anything about it.
I know
and
exactly what you're talking about.
and then I'd have to have my dad come downstairs. This is I knew about memory cards.
That's me.
So I didn't. So it would just restart it at the beginning. And so I'd have to have him come downstairs, and be
Uh-huh.
like, "Hey, Dad, can you get past this part for me?" And then like,
So-
I guess I got over it by never playing that game again.
Oh, that's fair.
I know
Yeah,
exactly
yeah.
what game you're talking about because I had the same issue with that fucking level. It was a pain in the ass.
But I guess my stepmom helped me out and like got like all the way to past that part and into the other levels, and then I eventually beat the game.
Oh, there you go.
2 years later.
Now you got 100% it.
I kind of understand where these guys are coming from though, because like I definitely feel like I should have gotten a lot further than where I am at this point in my life. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like it drives me nuts because I feel like being almost 26, I should have a lot more accomplished than I do.
Everybody has a different
Yeah.
endpoint.
Right. If anything, I'm gonna read the top comment on this one, right? And then I think we'll end it. So this is from Foggers? Fugers? What is that?
Fuckers?
Foogers.
I guess it's
Fugers.
Meet the
And
fuckers.
he says, I worked really hard to get into an exchange program during high school. I wrote essays, went to meetings, did interviews, saved money, and worked really hard to keep my grades up. It all went really well. Everyone I met was really helpful and said it was basically a surefire thing for me. But the program director didn't like me and didn't like what I was that I was taking medication for depression. So I was the only person from my school to get rejected. It basically ruined the rest of high school for me. I didn't have many friends and was really hoping that I could break from my crappy life. Anyway, I did end up using what I learned to set up my own study abroad itinerary later in college, and it was the best year of my life. So I guess failures aren't always what they seem. So that was pretty cool.
Damn.
Make the
Yeah.
most of a bad situation.
The one thing that I would like to say for anybody who's listening, though, is even though if it feels like you're not accomplishing everything that you want to at the point that you are in your life, just keep your head up and keep pushing
Right.
through it, because, I mean,
Exactly.
it might be hard sometimes. I know that it's hard for me, but, you know, I just keep on pushing.
And I keep on
Since you're
drinking.
saying that, I
Yeah.
just watched a video on Facebook about like this. It must have been like an old video. This guy giving like a talking to like a graduating class of how he was saying like how
Educate yourself.
educationally he was deemed mentally retarded.
Oh, I did see that at the I started
then-
watching it, and then I was like,
And
I'm
then
not
the
into
teacher
this.
told him, "Don't believe what people tell you," essentially, and always, I guess he said, always be hungry. So always like strive to
be your best.
Well,
strive
yeah.
to be your best and keep pushing forward to your goals.
Well,
it's,
yeah,
it's
because
good to not feel comfortable in one position.
because if you settle with something that you're not happy with, you're just gonna stay stagnant.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't
that
want
situation.
that. Yeah, you don't want that. If you feel like you could be somewhere better, you got to aim to push yourself to that point. Because, like, dude, when I was at my last job before this place, dude, I could have stayed there and kept making what I was making, but I got to the point where I'm like, I hate fucking working here. Like, it got bad for a while. Like, I was just like, I'm just gonna call off, and like I'd call off.
Like if you had more bad days than good days,
Yeah,
it's time to
but-
probably change.
Right.
But like
I-
I had such a cake job, I never did anything.
Right.
Like I could have just stayed there and stayed stagnant. And I'm like, no, I need to get into something where I'm moving around, so this way I don't stay stagnant. You know?
It was the same thing for me at the call center. Like, Diane was telling me, like, hey, you should apply for this. You know, you're good enough. And I didn't feel like I was, and I was comfortable with where I was. I wasn't happy with how much I was making.
It could be scary sometimes.
Right, but it was to me it was scary, like jumping into my field. But she was helpful. Ashley was super helpful about it. She's like, just fucking do it. You could make good money with this, and I did. And my fucking life is great. There was a Thursday, I think, my work brought in a fucking guy to give back massages to everybody. So that was cool.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, I wish my job would do that, but they just fuck me all the time.
So they, do,
same
they
here,
technically give you a massage in your butthole.
Yeah, in my butt. No
Anyways.
lube though.
Hey,
Minus the
they'll
lube.
give you that prostate orgasm.
Yeah.
With that, I want to say thank you for listening to the Designated Drinkers podcast. My name is Carlo.
Darian.
Tom,
Brandon.
We are the Designated Drinkers.
keep on drinking.
Okay, bye now.
Yeah, you know this East Coast onset summertime blues. So fair, you'll notice classic downtown. Humidity's through, swelter skelters, feeling new.
This has been a Fat Lowell's Radio production. To hear more shows like this, go to soundcloud.com/Fat Lowell's Radio.